Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6 Reunion Part 3. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows as well as scripted shows. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. So, we're starting off where we left off at with Wendy asking Giselle, you got a tummy tuck. Did that keep Jamal? Well, Giselle got a tummy tuck because she had twins. I'm like, that's basically, well, Wendy didn't have twins. She did it because she had three kids and she was done. So that's basically the same thing you did. You had three kids, you got yourself a tummy tuck. But when you did it, it wasn't for a man. But when Wendy does it, it's because of Eddie and these rumors. But y'all keep on talking about this blog site is not a credible blog site. If that was the case, then why are we bringing it up? It's this block site is not credible. This is what Robin and Jails keep on talking about. But I'm like, yeah, this is because that's the same blog that said that you had some itchy and scratching that's going on. Okay, so why would you bring up that rumor about Wendy? Why is it so? You made it seem like you have never heard of a woman wanting to get their body back after having kids when you did the same thing. But it's like, I didn't do it for a man. But Wendy had to do it for a man. Even though y'all don't believe the site, but still, she did it for a man. Make it make sense. Only three of the husbands come out, which are four. Chris, Eddie, Ray, and G. That calls Wild Feminine. Now, y'all, she not my favorite person. The way she be acting and treating Candace and Chris and be all up in their business and just make it seem like they just living off of her and that's how they make their money. I don't like that. Her attitude, I don't like that. But I was like, now the pettiness would jump that just been coming out of me lately. I would have been like, you know what, Dot, to bring you down a peg, hey, Candace, see if your daddy and your brother, and if you got a stepmama, your stepmama come on the show with you, because Dot still got issues with the daddy that he cheated on her before they got married and got somebody pregnant, even though she forgave that. Got married to the man and all that stuff, but she's still mad about that. I would bring my daddy on that show and not die. And have her see daddy on the show with my brother and my stepmama if I have a stepmama. That's what I would do. Now we're moving over. Ashley takes offense because they called her out because she was upset at G's behavior when Michael has been a million times worse. And she gives him a pass. She's like, well, Michael has never been overly sexual with anybody in this group. Okay, that's a lie. He grabbed on Andrew's booty. He grabbed on a cameraman's booty, and the cameraman sued him. He said what he wanted to do with Juan. He pulled his pants down in front of the group. Now, I'm not saying that G is a saint over here because he's not. The way he was up there punching the air and licking his tongue out at Karen, I didn't care for that at all. At all. He's old. He's an older dude and he just look creepy. But yeah. But we're not gonna act like Michael ain't out here grabbing booties and saying what he wanna do and getting sued for grabbing booties. We just not and pulling his pants down. We're not gonna act like Michael don't be doing that thing. And I didn't like the fact that Giselle was like almost defending Michael, like, yeah, we like having Michael around. Why? He's a sexual predator. I just listed the things that he has done. And Ashley sat there and sit behind him. But when G's over here doing it, oh my goodness. How could you? She acting all like that. Now we'll move over to Chris and Candace. Chris says that Candace was working on her MBA while working on her music career and her acting career. He doesn't look over contracts for her. He doesn't say what she need to do with her career. He's basically a glorified secretary. And he doesn't know Dot doesn't know his finances. They never sat down and discussed his finances. Basically, while she's over here, like basically, like he's living off of Candace, and he's taking yeah, living off of Candace, and Candace is paying him. She said that he manages me. He is my husbander. He is managing me, not my career. She's getting calls all times a day. She needs to study for her NBA, and she needs to be, going over her roles for wherever job that she got in acting. She's doing that. So he's the one like, okay, you need to do this. You need to make sure you over here. You need to make sure you're doing that. Where we at? Mia gets called out for lying yet again, saying that Chris wanted to toss her salad. And this is all a retaliation because Candace called her handsome. So she was like, well, I'm going to say this about your husband. Let me say this. I don't always agree with some of the things that Candace says because she has a mouth that will really, really cut you. I know this. However, when she's coming at somebody, is because they've already initiated saying something or doing something. And that's when she steps up and says something. And then it's like, oh my goodness, like, I'm going to continue to poke you. And then when you react to me poking you, I'm going to play victim. And that's what just about each and every one of these ladies does on the show. Karen, oh my goodness, I'm scared. You scared because she threw lettuce? Was you scared when Robin, was it scary for you when Robin was all up in little Ashley's face? Was you scared when Robin was all up in Monique's face? But you scared when Candace throws lettuce? You was scared because she told you to go to heaven when you was trying to, mess up her coins? Okay. And another thing, it seemed that it's okay for Giselle and Karen to go back and forth and say all the harmful things that they say to each other because it's all fun. But when Candace does it, it's a problem. That is the issue that I have on this show. Now, Karen says that Ray is her biggest supporter. He was the one to let everybody know, yes, she's going to be having her Ladime candles and all that stuff is coming out when she was at Siri, um, accepting the key to the city. And Karen says that Ray is her biggest supporter and she wouldn't be where she is right now as far as being in Bloomingdale and on HSN if it had not been for Ray. This is when Chris chimes in. He said, that's amazing and all, but how come when I'm pushing Candace to do her thing and I'm being supportive, I'm riding her coattail? I'd like to know the answer to that. And I'm like, Chris, I'm here for you on that one. I am here for you on that one. Giselle says, well, Karen Ray, they have 20 years plus, and, he supported her in the past. So because Ray and Karen have been together longer, it's okay. But since Chris and Candace have only been married for like 2-3 years, you're riding her coattail. How, Sway? How? When he's like, okay, baby, you got to get out here and do this. He's not benefiting. Like, yes, it's coming to get its marital money, but I don't see Chris just asking or trying to get money from her. And I don't know what Giselle's talking about. But Chris is like, y'all act like I was living up under a bridge. Now I'm gonna say this, and I know, like, y'all act like I was living up under the bridge right next to Sheila. No, y'all act like I ain't never had anything. No, I had my own money. I have my own money. But y'all act like since I'm not doing the things that Candace has done, I don't have nothing. And I'm like, yes, Chris, I totally agree. Because even though I'm happy for for Robin and Juan, and they're getting their finance together. When Robin first came on the show, she didn't have anything. And the only person who was talking about that was Ashley because she was a messy girl like that. But now, after a few years that she getting even more checks, even though she don't be doing nothing on the show. Sad note. I think if you're not bringing anything to the show, you don't need to be on the show. You should be devoted to friend of the show. In all actuality, besides Wendy, these ladies have made, and a little bit of Karen, they've made Candace their storyline. Basically. This is when Nikki comes out. And I had to rewind a few times because I hollered. And it's like, go ahead, do your thing, girl. So she asked Ashley, since you didn't have a storyline because you had just had your baby and all, is that why you was willing to be Giselle's sidekick and be shady to Wendy? And Karen, her reaction over there was like, "Ooh, girl, she went there." She was like, "Oh no," she's like, "You didn't lug your breast milk down there to start drama and be petty and to get more camera time." And Candace was like, "Yes, that's exactly what she did." Y'all, my nails, I got some color changing polygel on, and it's supposed to be purple, but now since my hands aren't cold, they didn't turn almost clear. Y'all ain't here for that, but anyways. Yeah, and I was like, oops, she got you there, Ashley, because that's basically what happened. You came down there, did Giselle's dirty work for her, collected your milk, and left. And that's why Candace felt some type of way. That you came down here ruining my trip, stirring up all this mess and everything. And we're gonna rewind a little bit because this is when Wendy and Robin get into it. And Robin was like, I didn't know what was going on. I thought this was a whole other room. But she's like, because she had texted Wendy like in January about this rumor. And then she get on the show and didn't know what she was talking about. But Wendy's just like, she done got out the doggone, printed out the text on a big old cardboard so you can see what the text messages said. I was here for it. I was like, I love a good prop. Yeah, because I want to see what was said. I don't want it to be on your doggone phone. I'll screenshot, bam, boom, bam. This is here what it was right here. You was talking about you was my friend and everything, and you was concerned and everything about it. But we said we didn't believe it was credible. If that was the case, why are we bringing it up? Why are we bringing it up? So, y'all, that was a just. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on when my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it, you can like it and share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.